Greetings, Nick with Sweetwater here, and today we're going to learn one of the very first scales every serious rock and blues guitarist needs to know, the minor blues scale. In case you're wondering, this video lesson is aimed at future rock stars and blues guitar heroes of all ages, namely those who are just starting out on their guitar playing journey. It's not for the seasoned pro. The minor blues scale is used by countless great guitarists in their riffs, solos and licks. And it's not just rock and blues axemen and women either. Metal, thrash, djent, pop, R&B, country, and even jazz players use it to great effect all the time. And, as just mentioned, a bunch of really famous riffs have been spawned from the minor blues scale too. I opened with Heartbreaker by Led Zeppelin, which is made up exclusively with notes from the A minor blues scale, just like this. Here's a few more examples of well-known minor blues riffs you'll probably recognize, even with my dodgy playing. Like Aerosmith's Walk This Way, for example. Or, of course, the intro to the famous Metallica lullaby, Enter Sandman. Or Pantera's brutal Cowboys from Hell intro riff. And of course, we can't forget AC/DC's classic Beating Around the Bush. This one literally just goes up and down the E minor blues scale, with a sprinkling of that AC/DC magic that makes all of their riffs so catchy and memorable, of course. And here's just a few examples of the infinite number of minor blues licks you can come up with using this simple scale. Or this one. Or this one. I think you get the picture. There's literally millions of blues licks you can come up with using this simple scale, and they all live right under your fingertips. Well, kinda. So without further ado, let's learn this sucker, shall we? Now, in order to get the most out of this lesson, it's pretty darned important you know the minor blues scale. And if you don't know it, don't fret. There's a link in the description below this video that will teach you all you need to know. So click on it, learn that sucker, and come right back here once you've done it. And worry not, the minor pentatonic is a pretty easy scale to learn, as is the minor blues scale, especially if you're already best friends with the minor pentatonic. So get on it. Just to refresh your memory, here's the first position A minor pentatonic scale, just like we learned in that video. Remember? Pretty easy, right? And also remember this. That's the root note, A, in the case of A minor. Now, providing we use one finger per fret, as we've also learnt, the fingering pattern is this. 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4, as we go across the strings from low to high, playing 2 notes per string, just like this. And the reverse is obviously also true. So going back down from high to low, our fingering goes 4, 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1. Right, quick recap over. Let's learn the A minor blues scale, shall we? Now, the reason it's such a good idea to know the minor pentatonic scale before learning the minor blues scale is this. The blues scale is merely the pentatonic scale with one more note thrown in for good measure. And that's it. One more note. As we already know, the pentatonic minor scale is made up of 5 notes, because that's literally what pentatonic means. 5 notes. So, with an extra note added, the blues scale will have, wait for it, yep, 6 notes. Brilliant math. So, All we need to know is that extra note, and it's this one. The E flat note at the 6th fret on the A string. Once again, this one, which I'm playing with my middle finger. Now this note is often called either the blues note, surprise, surprise, or the flat 5th. So once again, by adding this note to our pal, the minor pentatonic, we get a brand new friend, the minor blues. And, as I've already pointed out, I'm fretting that extra note, the blues note, with my middle finger, thus keeping our 1 finger per fret rule intact. Our next obvious step is to take this sucker all the way across the neck, from low E string to high E string. Now, we already know our first 6 notes. And we already know 5 of the next 6 due to our pentatonic pattern, and they are these. So all we have to do now is throw in the missing in action 6th note, the E flat, and it happens to live at the 8th fret on the G string, right here. And once again, in keeping with our 1 finger per fret rule, I'm using my pinky for this bad boy as just literally pointed out. And do me a favor please, try not to avoid using this little guy. Use him, it'll pay off in the long run, I promise. Anyway, this means our next 6 notes in the blues scale are these. One more time. So if we now add them to the first 6, namely these, we get this, a total of 12 notes thus far. This only leaves us with the high E string left, and just like the pentatonic, the notes on that string are the exact same frets as on the low E string, namely 5th and 8th, which we play, as per always, first finger, little finger. So here's your new best friend, the minor blues scale played in A minor from the low E string all the way to the high E. Now, while the minor pentatonic is a nice 2 notes per string scale, the extra note in the minor blues scale means that 2 strings on our new pattern, the A string and the G string, now have 3 notes each. The other 4 strings stay at 2 notes per string, literally exactly the same as the first position pentatonic pattern you already know and love. So here's the whole thing once again. So our new fingering pattern for the minor blues scale goes like this: 1 4 1 2 3 1 3 1 3 4 1 4 1 4, and here it is one more time. To go back down this minor blues scale pattern from the highest note to the lowest one, we merely reverse our fingering pattern so it goes 4 1 4 1 4 3 1 3 1 3 2 1 4 1. Your mission, should you decide to accept it of course, is to be able to go from low to high and back again with ease, like this. As always, please don't rush, take your time. Guitar playing isn't a darn competition despite what some might say. Slow but sure always wins a race, remember that. Once you've mastered this pattern, providing of course you can remember where the root note is, you can literally play this scale in any other key. Let's try playing in D minor for example, shall we? We already know the blues scale pattern backwards and forward. And we also know that this is the root note, right here with our first finger on the low E. So as long as we know where the note D is on the low E string, we're rocking. And here it is, my friend, right here at the 10th fret. So all we have to do is literally grab our pattern and move it so our first finger is now at the 10th fret. Like that. From here to there. Then we just go 1 4 1 2 3 1 3 1 3 4 1 4 1 4 with our fretboard fingers, and hey presto, we're playing the D minor blues scale. Right, let's try playing in G, shall we? The G note on the low E string is at the 3rd fret, right here. So all we do is move again. Grab, slide so our first finger is at the 3rd fret. Then repeat the minor blues scale fingering pattern thus. Easy, right? Even I can do it. It must be easy. Now, before we go any further, a quick word of warning about our latest addition to our minor pentatonic family of notes, the blues note or flat fifth. Unlike its 5 brothers, this guy is not that friendly. Let me show you exactly what I mean here by adding it to an open 5 power chord. Here's the chord without the flat fifth. Just root, 5, root. Now let's throw in a flat fifth, shall we? Yikes! It definitely adds a gnarly tension. Actually, to be honest, I like it, but a lot of people don't, because it can sound a little dodgy or sometimes just plain off. From my experience, a lot of players tend to use the blues note as a passing note rather than a destination. And all that means is you don't stop there. You use it as a nice tension-adding note on your way to another note within the 5 that are friendly. Make sense? Just like this. From nice to nice via the blues note. Or this one, for example. As you can see, I start and stop on one of the pentatonic notes and play this bad boy on my way between them. Incidentally, just so you know, there's a link in the description below this video that takes you to a page that has this scale written out as both the fretboard diagram and as tab, which means you don't have to continually rewind and pause this video to take notes. There's also a very simple A minor blues backing track you can download, and there are also 3 little A minor blues runs tabbed out for you as well. Here's the first run I was telling you about that's tabbed out in the link accompanying this video. And a little slower. Like I said, real simple. And here's its simple brother, lick 2. One more time. And last but certainly not least, lick 3, which is a little bit longer. And again, a hair slower. And as you could hopefully hear and see in all 3 licks, the blues notes were used merely as passing stepping stones of tension. So, this is your next mission. Head to the link and learn this trio of licks. And then once you've done, I want you to do this. Play lick 1, followed by lick 2, then lick 1 again, then finally lick 3. Then, when you've mastered that, download the backing track from the same link, and you can do this. Just like the minor pentatonic scale, there are obviously other minor blues patterns on the neck, but this one, position number 1, is a great starting point and it's used a lot, a real lot. Have fun with this new scale and remember, be a little leery of stopping or starting a lick or run with the blues note, at least initially anyway. Instead, use it as a nice tension-adding stepping stone as you travel from one friendly pentatonic note to another. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this lesson. I'll be back with some more soon. I promise. Right, I'm going to sign off with those 3 little runs again, played over the backing track. See ya! Hey, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And click here for more videos like this, or start at sweetwater.com for all your music instrument and pro audio needs. Toodle pip, goodbye, see you, au revoir.